Hello lovelies! So I thought I'd do a Q&A today because it has been a long time since I did one, and I'm only just now realising this is the same shirt that I wore in my last Q&A. Haven't worn this in a video in ages, yet somehow same shirt, that's odd. But yeah, so a lot of you guys have been asking when I would do my next Q&A. I thought now would be a good time, so let's just dive right in. Most of these questions from Twitter and then some from Instagram and such. If I'm doing Q&As in the future, I'll probably do what I did this time and answer most of the ones from Twitter first and then pick other ones, because there's like much fewer people on Twitter than anywhere else that I have online, so it's easier to just kind of get through those. So if you want to be able to ask questions for Q&As in the future, follow me on Twitter. If you had to pick one, which would you choose? The Nightmare Before Christmas or Beetlejuice? Oh, I don't know. I thought I was so sure, but I'm not. Before I was leaning towards Beetlejuice, so I'll go with that, but I really love them both. What is your natural hair colour? Very dark brown. I mean, I haven't dyed my hair in like months, so it holds up pretty well, but yeah, it's like dark brown. In fact, but like that's my natural hair there, because that hasn't been dyed at all. Who is most judgmental towards your style, adults or kids? That is an interesting one. I would say adults are probably more often judgmental, but kids are more vocal with it because they're too, you know, like, kids haven't yet learned how to be appropriate, so, you know, more kids will vocalize their issues with how I look, but I think more adults are judgmental. But the worst is definitely kind of like young teenagers, like around the sort of 12, 13 age. Especially like chavs of that age, they're by far the worst. It's the screaming, the yelling, the throwing things. Not good. What is your favourite mythical creature? It changes. Sometimes it's mermaids. Right now I would say vampires. Do you have any fears or phobias? Yeah, I'm afraid of dying. I'm afraid of things that I love dying. I have a little bit of trypophobia, that like clusters of holes freak me out. Claustrophobia, but I don't mind like small spaces. If it's like a nice little place, I'd go myself. It's more being trapped. I don't like not be able to move and stuff, so if I can't move my arms or if I can't breathe, then I'll like freak out. So even if I'm like trying to get like a dress off and it gets like stuck over my head, if you know what I mean, I will like freak the fuck out and not be able to breathe. Like I will like pretty much think I'm dying, and it's so silly. So it's not so much a fear of small spaces as it is a fear of being trapped and not being able to move. That really freaks me out. Oh, and I'm more afraid of heights than I thought I was. Like, I can fly and stuff, no problem. That's fine. I don't mind. It's more heights that I can easily fall from and can't get away from. Because, like, if you're flying, then, you know, and the plane's gonna crash, at least there's a pilot in control and sort of thing, and, like, someone is in control of it. But I don't like heights that no one's in control of. Because whenever we're over in London, we needed to go on those Emirates sky bubble bastards, and I knew that I was going to be a bit scared, but I was not prepared for like how much I freaked out. I was like almost hyperventilating on this thing, and it's so slow and it's so high up, and like if the cable snaps, that's it, you fall to your death. There's no other, you know, there's no hopes of maybe like maneuvering the plane. No, you're just in a little bubble that'll kill you. So I was honestly so terrified that I just wished someone would like smash my head off the wall and knock me out until it was over, because even covering my face and stuff wasn't enough. I was still just terrified. All I could think of was falling and dying, and I was just, it was bad. So yeah, I'm much more afraid of heights than I thought, and I really just wished I could have not been awake for that. If you had the funds, what would your dream house be like? Oh, do not even get me started. That's like a whole video in itself. Oh, I'm sorry if it's really loud, by the way. Oh, there's like construction going on and stuff, but yeah, like my dream house, I have like a real thing, especially right now because I'm dealing with this whole move and that's had me thinking about houses and stuff. I have this real thing for like gothy interior design, and I have like so many plans, and just, oh, like I love like damask wallpaper and stuff, and like I found this really beautiful rug online, and it's like a black sort of Persian rug made to look like all old and faded, and I love it. I pretty much want it to look like a mixture out of like a house you would see in Harry Potter, and like a vampire's house, and like an old spooky Victorian house. Kind of those are my like design decorating preferences. I could not get that sentence out, I'm sorry. If you had to take out all of your piercings except for one, which one would it be? No. I love my piercings. I don't know, like my favourite piercing is my Medusa, which is like there, but it's like the one thing that I cannot get a ball to stay on, so you probably can't even see it most of the time anyway. So I don't know, I would kind of lean towards that, but I guess because you can't see it, maybe my septum. It's the one I've had the longest, and it's the most hassle to get out, so that's really my reasoning. Can you do a picture timeline from when you were a baby bat up until now? Not really. I'm missing like a lot of pictures of sort of my younger days thanks to like a crazy ex-boyfriend and his crazy girlfriend like hacking into all my accounts and deleting everything. So I've only been able to salvage like a few bits and pieces here and there. I will post a couple of pictures from when I was like sort of 12, 13-ish. But as for like a whole timeline, I just wouldn't be able to. Like I don't have any pictures left from whenever I was sort of like 10 or 11 or anything, and there's just like a whole lot of chunks missing. What foundation do you use and would you recommend it? I use MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NW10. I mean, I would. For me, it's like the only thing I've found so far that works for my skin. It's not quite as pale as I'd like it. It doesn't look so bad on camera, but in real life you can kind of see like I get like a tide mark almost. Like I have to like really bring the whole way down my neck because you can really see the difference in the colour of it and the colour of my skin, which is annoying. But I haven't been able to find anything paler so far that doesn't just go to absolute crap on my skin, so. Favourite colour other than black? Again, my favourites will always vary. I don't really have like there's very few things that I have one set favourite of, but right now it would be like dark red, like the colour of my lips. Did you have to convince your parents to let you go goth? I can't remember, I was really young. Not so much, I don't think. Like, I think my mum was generally fine with it and I was living with her, so it was her who's in charge of like, you know, buying clothes and all that sort of thing mostly, so not so much. Like I had some family members kind of complain about it and the usual, but I didn't really have too much resistance from what I can remember. Favourite TV show at the moment? I'm not watching anything new at the minute specifically that I'm really enjoying. I finished the most recent season of Penny Dreadful a while ago. Really enjoyed that. That was great. I think I still prefer the first season more, but it was still really good. I was really excited for the new season of Z Nation, but I just watched the first episode a few days ago and I'm not hugely impressed, which really upsets me to say because I was like so fucking into the first season. Like, it's by the Sci-Fi Network and it's by the same people who made Sharknado, so it's gonna be a bit silly, which I was fine with. The first season was a bit silly, but the first episode of this new season was just overkill. It was way too silly. No, we're good. Yeah, it was a bit ridiculous and I was like, oh, and it bummed me out. I'll probably keep watching it, but it wasn't great. So yeah, things that I'm just kind of watching at the minute as background noise that I've seen a million times would be Friends and Gossip Girl. Are you a cat or a dog person? Oh no. I'm an every animal under the bloody sun kind of person, really, but if I absolutely had to choose... Oh, there's a crow. Oh, there's two crows. Oh. Dog or cats? Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, if I absolutely had to choose, I would probably say cat person, and I love them both dearly and it hurts me to say that, but it's more just because cats are more sort of chilled out. Like, they can be really crazy and playful, but they're generally more relaxed. And I'm like really tired a lot of the time, or I'm like really busy a lot of the time, and I love big like stupid playful dogs that just bounce all over the show, but if I'm really tired or really busy, then that's like a massive pain in the ass. Whereas a cat is like smaller and more quiet generally. I know it's like, it varies, but like I'm kind of basing it off my mum's dog, and he's like a Wheaten Terrier, so he's like big and strong but also very young and bouncy and insane. So, and he also thinks he's a cat, so he will like try to jump up on your lap and like lie on his back and like roll and, you know, get you to play with his belly and attack you when you play with his belly. He really is like a really giant heavy cat, and like anytime I babysit him after I come home I'm like so just because I need a bit of quiet, I would say cats, because they're not as, you know, full on. Do you have a PO box or somewhere that stuff can be sent? Not at the moment. It's something I'm still working on. It was something I was actually hoping to get in time for Halloween, but then the move thing happened. All my plans got so screwed up by that, but yeah, so I was hoping to get one. Unfortunately, that's not happening now. I'm going to keep pursuing it. I'm looking into it. If you could have dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive, who would it be? Now that is a question that in reality would require... car again. Yeah, that is a question that in reality would take a lot more thought. I would need to like have a real deep think about that. It also doesn't mention whether or not we're talking fictional characters as well, because I know sometimes with this question it can be real or fictional. These would not be my final answers. These are just the off the top of my head answers of people I think who would be interesting to have conversations with. So I would go for probably Oscar Wilde, Tim Burton and Jim Jarmusch. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know a huge amount about him, but the reason for him specifically is because he's the writer and director of Only Lovers Left Alive, which is probably my favourite movie, and the way that movie works is just you're kind of like dropped off in the middle of their story sort of thing. It's not like a typical movie where there's like a real, you know, beginning, middle and end sort of thing. And there's so many like little references to their past and stuff, and I know that it's done in a mysterious way on purpose and there's no like clunky exposition, you know, it's all very like natural dialogue sort of, and it's intended to be that way. But I need to know every little detail of that story, of the character's past and everything. I don't know if he has like a real history thought out for them or not, but I would pretty much just chain him up in my house for a week and make him tell me like every detail that he had ever imagined for that story and them, and like where they came from and what happened in Paris, all those things. I need to know. So yeah, I would love to have dinner with him and just pick his brain for a while. Favorite and least favorite subject in school. Favorite probably would have been art, and I also enjoyed English sometimes. Least favorite probably math. I have no interest in math. Oh, science was another favorite. But yeah, least favorite would probably be math or RE. I had like a lot more interest in like religious education, sort of, well, what we had of it in Steiner, because it was actually learning about all sorts of different ones. We learned about like Norse gods and like Egyptian and just like all different ones. And I went to a mainstream school and it was just nothing but really boring Christianity and like nothing else, which really bothered me because it was a mixed school. And I was like, well, surely we should be learning about more religions than just fucking Christianity then, but that's like all they taught us and it was like very dull. So yeah, either math or RE were probably my least favourites. Will you show a before goth photo? Well, because I started like really young, the only sort of before goth photo I could show you would be like kid pictures of me, so I'll pop a few here. But yeah, I kind of like go into it when I was around 10 or so, and I don't have any pictures of then, as I think I said earlier in the video, those are all gone. So yeah, I'll some kid pictures instead. What is my favourite game? Dying Light. It's definitely, like, I know I don't usually have favourites, but Dying Light is my favourite game. There's been others that I enjoy, but I love that so much. And now I can't really play other games because I'm so used to the freedom that it gives you, you know, because of the free running aspect, that now when I play another game that doesn't like watching Jake play Mad Max is infuriating because he can't like jump and grab things or anything. He's just like lifts like this far off the ground. I'm like, oh my god, so you have to like go around things, and just, yeah, Dying Light has ruined me for all other games. Best thing a stranger ever did for you? I don't know, I've had like so many wonderful people do so many wonderful things, and like I am really blessed in that way. I think most recently, and they're no longer a stranger, they've become like one of my favourite people to speak to ever, but someone on Facebook saw like what a horrible time I've been having recently, and they knew I've been really interested in trying Black Phoenix Alchemy Labs perfumes. I've been wanting to try those for ages, but the website's just so overwhelming. They have so many smells and I never knew where to start. And she's like an avid collector of their perfumes, and you always get little sample sizes whenever you order some. So she has like 1 billion samples. So she sent me this little envelope full of samples of them, and it was so sweet, and it has actually cheered me up so much. Now whenever I get like stressed or upset about the situation, in fact I have my little envelope somewhere, where is it? Yeah, I go and get my little like envelope. I don't know, I'm not gonna live here much longer, but still I get my little envelope full of things. I'll show you what they look like. There's a whole ton in there, but these are just like the little sample bottles. So yeah, now whenever I'm stressed or upset, I just go get my little envelope full of perfumes and like put one on and just sit and like smell myself, and it calms me down, makes me feel better. So like that was really sweet, and it has actually made a huge difference, and I'm crying, I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's like really cheered me up. I'll probably do a video like on these at some point, I think, because there's so many awesome ones, and I'm like really into it now, and me and her just sit and talk about perfume all the time now, and I enjoy it thoroughly. So, but yeah, that was like really sweet, and it has helped like cheer me up a lot during this whole process. Oh my god. Have you ever done modelling? You're new here. Yeah, I've modelled for years since I was itty bitty, and it's what I actually did as like a sort of full-time job for a while basically. I just haven't in a long time, because a lot of you guys know about the whole weight gain situation, and like hell do I want to be in front of a camera right now, so I haven't done it in quite a long time, but yeah, like I have previously heavily, like that's what I was before I was a YouTuber. So this is probably gonna be really long. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with future question and answer videos, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks guys, bye!